Hello everyone, I am Wheel of Light. I'm a clairvoyant medium, and I also read tarot here on YouTube. Welcome to my channel. This is the third in a series of videos that will show you how some of the readings might be done that appear on my About page. This particular video will show you what an extended past, present, future reading might look like. So extended past, present, future. To reiterate, in this particular video, we're going to assume that a hypothetical reader, John Doe, wants to know about their past, present, and future, but a little more in depth. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to shuffle the cards, as you can hear right now. And then, once I'm done shuffling the cards, I will spread them out, which may or may not go fluently. And now, I'm going to make sure that they're all well spread out so that my intuition has access to every single card in the deck, which is important to get an accurate reading. There we go. Now that they're all well spread out, I'm going to drag them a little more. There we go. Now you can see them. And then, we're going to start. This is a 9-card reading, so we'll draw them in pairs of 3. 3 for the past, 3 for the present, and 3 for the future. So, these 3 cards represent their past. If you're still wondering how I'm picking these cards, this is purely gut feeling, this is pure intuition. Those 3 represent their present. And then these cards will represent their future. So, first things first, we'll start with the past. I have the Princess of Chalices, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Chalices. Which means we have the distant past, the distant past, the more recent past, and the most recent past. So, the Princess of Chalices being in their furthest past, I nearly lost the word there. The Princess being in their furthest past means that they used to be very dreamy. Now, they were at peace with that. They felt comfortable being dreamy and holding on to a friendship or a love or a romanticized idea. It does not necessarily have to be a relationship. But they were holding on to something, and they kind of idealized this thing they were holding on to. In the more recent past, the Ten of Pentacles tells us that they kind of gained the benefits of hard work. They've gotten more harmony between their mind and heart, and this has brought them wealth. Now, wealth can be coins, of course, being pentacles, but it can also mean that they might find themselves in an abundance of love and friendship and emotional satisfaction. In the most recent past, the Two of Chalices tells us that they have maintained that balance and harmony between mind and heart, and they may have even found love, which, if we put these three together, this might be the evolution of a relationship where they used to idealize it, they worked hard at it, and now they have a nice balance between the two of them. And that is what I call an intuitive insight. This is something that I feel might be connected to these three cards. In the present, we have the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Moon. Three of Swords, if we continue the line of a relationship, might mean a third-party situation. So, how do I make this into the present? Well, it's quite simple. The Three of Swords ties the past into the present. The Four of Swords tells us about the situation right the hell now. And this third card will bind the present to the future, or will transition the present to the future. So if we look at it that way, the Three of Swords connected with the Two of Chalices means third-party situation. Someone fucked up, to put it very bluntly. To be a little more sensitive about things, the Three of Swords tells us that someone was weighing the options because they were feeling painful emotions, and they made a mistake that felt them and perhaps someone else feeling devastated. But they had a slight hope that things might improve. The Four of Swords, right now, tells us that John Doe is currently thinking about things of the past. He's in a time of reflection where he is isolating himself, he's taking stock of everything that he has or had, and is kind of getting ready for a potential winter period, which means a period in which they feel frozen and isolated and feel like there's a lack of resources. Or perhaps a lack of love if we continue with the relationship strand. The Moon tells us that secrets will be revealed. That is the main meaning of the Moon, especially when we tie them into relationships. So whatever bullshit they have been hiding, whatever they're trying to take with them into their isolation, that is going to be revealed very soon. It also means that their time of reflection sparks their intuition, right? So it's going to make them trust their feelings more, and that will maybe prompt them to be the person to reveal these secrets that were hidden up until that point. If we then move into the future part of this reading, we have the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Swords, the very recent future, which means the very near future. This is a matter of hours, maybe days. Then we go into weeks, months, then we go into months, years. Alright? So, the Five of Swords in this instance tells us that they are no longer certain of their path. They feel like they've fought hard for something and still suffered losses, and now they just feel completely lost. Continuing with the relationship trend, this means the relationship is kind of teetering on the edge. They feel like they're losing this relationship. The Seven of Swords, in the more distant future, weeks, maybe months, is the Seven of Swords, and this means deceit, betrayal, secrets being kept. They're trying to be clever about this, and they have a feeling they'll get away with it. So they're basically going to fall into old habits and completely destroy this relationship if we keep that relationship trend going, which I do feel strongly at this point that it is a relationship, so I'm going to take this as a confirmation and going to speak about this as a relationship. So the Seven of Swords means you're gonna slip, you're gonna fuck up again, John Doe, and you're gonna try and keep it secret, but your cleverness, your arrogance isn't going to stand up to the moon. This too will be revealed. Perhaps it will even be expected by the person you'll end up betraying or trying to deceive. And then we get into the Five of Pentacles, which is your most distant future. We're talking months, maybe years. And that's where we tell John Doe that you're gonna have to wait out the storm. Your bad ideas and decisions are gonna leave you in a space where you're gonna have to just wait for your shitstorm to blow over. You may have some concerns, you may even have a lack of finances at that point, but there really is nothing they can do about it. This is just reaping what they've sown. They got bored with the relationship, they completely destroyed it, they added salt to the wound, and now, in that most distant future, they'll be paying for it. And that is what an extended past, present, future reading is like. So I hope it helped. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.